Hey, HannahMouse1 here, and in this video I will be customizing a Connect 4 set. I start off by drawing around this little pin badge thing that gives me the perfect size to modify the actual frame of the Connect 4 set, so they're not all circular openings. I've had this Connect 4 set since forever. I never actually play Connect 4 anymore, but I've wanted to paint this for years, and I actually just started once, gave up after about 10 minutes because I didn't have a good idea. Every idea I came up with felt really, really random because it's a Connect 4 set. It's not got an obvious thing that it goes with it. There's no obvious theme to put there. And I was thinking about doing a fruit theme or something like that. But in the end, I decided to brand it around myself, not to sound arrogant. I themed it around myself just because I couldn't come up with something which fit the game. So I decided to at least make it personal. And I cut out all of these circular pieces. I just start by going around roughly and then neatening it up. That's kind of the standard way to cut things out, I think. So yeah, I just do one for each letter in my username, and then I do 2 love hearts just to add some more visual interest to the piece. And I found this a really fun project, and I then remove the inside of all the areas I drew out. You can see I did tidy up the S slightly because apparently I forgot what letters look like. Before I can actually modify the frame though, I do need to sand it down. It's a very shiny plastic, and if I painted that, the paint would just flake off really quickly. I will say, if you're planning on using this as an actual Connect 4 set, you're gonna get some paint chipping and stuff, especially around the base of it, where you slide to release the counters. Here I start to put in the letters by just PVA gluing them in. You might notice that I have to redo this because I did it upside down. Yeah, luckily I caught that before it dried. But yeah, it was kind of annoying when I realised that I'd done it upside down. Still, it wasn't too big a hassle and I fixed it pretty quickly. I whipped a nice light blue colour that I'll be using to paint one team of the counters. I add some PVA glue to it. That's not strictly necessary. Adding PVA glue makes the paint stick better, but it also makes it way more translucent. So it's kind of a cost benefit analysis, and honestly I don't think it's worth it. For the pink I didn't even bother, which is what the other team's going to be, as you can see here. But yeah, it does help the paint adhere better to the plastic. I also did have to sand down each of the counters, which took a while. But yeah, I decided to go pink and blue, not only because of my nails, but because these are my favourite colours, and they have quite a nice contrast. They just look very different. And for the actual frame, I decided to go for this tan cookie cake colour because it's neutral and it doesn't detract from the actual counters once they're in the frame, and it just adds a nice base to work off of. So I just go over everything. I'll say as I was painting this, all I could think of was milky iced coffee or something. I don't even like iced coffee, but that's what this reminded me of. Yeah, tea and coffee should be hot. I'm just going to say that. Maybe it's just because I live in England where it's always cold, so why would you not want a hot drink? But yeah, I also paint the legs of the frame in the same colour. And this, just to match, there's no reason to do these in a different colour. And then I decided to add details to the frame. I wasn't actually planning on doing this originally, but looking at it, it felt like it was missing something. So I decided to add some nice paint drips, because obviously I love painting, and as this is themed around my brand, I decided I should add something to tie it back in. So I do some pink and blue drips. I do darken these. Obviously this is very, 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 very pale. I had some nice white highlights to the drips just to make them look brighter and like wet. Wet drips just look better than dry ones in my opinion, because if you have dry drips then that just means you didn't clean them up. If they're wet then it looks like more intentional. I then outline the drips to make them pop better. I use a darker tan colour. It just adds a bit more definition there and really gives them that pop that I was looking for. This is quite a fun process. I like detail work a lot more than I like these large scale colouring of one area. The detail work's the part I really enjoy. I decided to outline all the actual letters just to give them a bit more definition. I felt like they were missing something, and I think this really helped tie the look together. Just giving them this quick outline. If you are planning on using this as an actual Connect 4 set, you might want to use something a bit sturdier than paper to make these letters. I probably should have said that earlier in the video. I used paper to do these, but you might want to use card or cardboard if you're actually planning on using it, just to stop them feeling like they might fall apart at any second. I give shadows to these ones where the letters are on them. It just helped add a bit more to look at, and I kind of liked it. I then glaze over everything. I'd run out of Mod Podge, so I just watered down some glue. It worked fine, as far as I can tell. It's not as good as actual Mod Podge, I don't think, because I got the ratio a bit wrong, but it worked good. I glaze over everything, including this little thingy that goes in the bottom, and I glaze over the actual board. I did a nice thick layer, so it took forever to dry. But yeah, I just go over everything in this nice thick... You can see I even put it back in the Mod Podge container, but it's not actual Mod Podge, don't be fooled. I need to buy more. So I then just go over everything on the front as well, just to protect it. Helps make it look a bit more finished, and I think it really helps tie everything together. So yeah, this is the before and after of this little project. I think it is 10 times more interesting and cool looking now. So thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram at HannahMouseCrafts, and I'll see you next week. Bye!